Jadov is back at it, here to give everyone my top 100 favorite movies of all time, part 6, continuing my 10-part series of ranking all of my favorite movies. Now, a few things you should know. I said my. This is going to be my list of my 100 favorite movies, well, 10 per video. This necessarily won't be your list. In fact, you're going to disagree with me. I'm okay with that. If you have your own opinions, please leave those in the comments section. If you have a list of your own that you've already made, you could put that in the comments section. Or if you've made a video on YouTube of your 100 or 50 or 25 or 10 or 5 greatest movies that you like, go ahead and put the link for that. Assuming I don't get an overwhelming number of comments, I'll certainly check that out. I like to hear what other people think about movies. And another thing, I don't know exactly what I'm going to say yet for this video. I know what movie I'm going to talk about, but I don't know exactly what I'm going to talk about as far as the movie goes, so there could be spoilers. So if I say a movie, you might want to skip ahead a little bit, just in case I spoil something that might ruin a movie for you. So let's continue the list. Coming in at number 50, a movie that came out in 1995. It was a crazy movie with a crazy ending, and that would be Seven. You have Morgan Freeman, who's an older detective who's just about to retire. He takes on a new partner played by Brad Pitt. You have a serial killer, not serial killer, that's committing the 7 deadly sins. Kevin Spacey plays that character. And you also have Gwyneth Paltrow, who plays Brad Pitt's wife in the movie. I'm not going to say anything else, but the movie, while it might be a little slow at times, the payoff in the end is amazing, and it's a great movie, and I had to put 7 somewhere on this list. And I think number 50 is a good spot for it. It could have been up higher, could have been down a little bit lower, but it had to be on the list. Number 49, a movie that actually has fallen a little bit. I used to really like this movie, and I still do, but rewatching it now, it's not as entertaining as it used to be, and that would be Hitch. You have Will Smith, who steals the show. You have Kevin James, who's okay, and Eva Mendes, Amber Valenti, I can't remember what her name is, but basically Will Smith plays the date doctor who sets people up on dates or sets them in a position to get with somebody they not necessarily would have got. And it's just a fun movie. I like it. It's highly entertaining, but not as good as I remember it. Although, at any point in time, that could change. But at the moment, Hitch comes in at 49. Number 48, the movie that made this series, took this series and essentially put the foot on the gas pedal, I guess is the best analogy I can think of off the top of my head. That would be Fast Five. This is the movie that took everything in the Fast and the Furious series and pumped it with adrenaline and made it skyrocket. This was an awesome movie. You add Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson to this already established series. You bring back everybody. You bring back Vin Diesel. You bring back Paul Walker. You bring back Ludacris. You bring back Tyrese, Jordana Brewster, Matt Schultz. I'm trying to think of other people that are in the movie off the top of my head. Han, Giselle, all these characters. You bring them back in a movie, and this movie was freaking awesome. Now, a little far-fetched, some of the stuff they do in this movie with the 2 cars pulling the safe. That was a little far-fetched, but maybe that could happen. I don't know. But I really liked the movie. This definitely put the Fast and the Furious franchise to a whole nother level, and it shows. So Fast and the Furious 5 or Fast 5, number 48. Number 47, a movie that I owned for probably 10 years, and I owned it longer than that probably, and never watched it. And finally, in 2014, I finally watched it, and it was an awesome fucking movie, and that would be Catch Me If You Can. Leonardo DiCaprio plays like a con artist who pretends to be different people and gets these random jobs by just going with the flow. And then you have this police person played by Tom Hanks who's going after him. But he's not necessarily a bad guy. He just wants to catch him for check fraud, but he doesn't want to kill him or anything like that. And it's just a really good movie. Christopher Walken's in it. And I can't really say a lot else about it, but it's really entertaining in my opinion. I'm trying to remember the person's name in the movie, and I can't. Abercrombie or I can't remember. But Catch Me If You Can, Number 47, I'm glad I finally took the time one day to say, I might as well watch that because I haven't yet. Number 46, some people think this movie's cheesy. Some people don't. Some people are in the middle. I like it. It's a good movie. It's entertaining, even though it's a Michael Bay film. And that would be Armageddon. Bruce Willis is awesome. You have all these oil drillers that have to go up to drill a hole and put a nuclear weapon, essentially, to blow this asteroid in half. And it's a little far-fetched. I don't think that would ever happen in real life. They might teach people how to do it, but I don't think they would actually go themselves. But you have a lot of good characters. Even Ben Affleck, even Liv Tyler. Billy Bob Thornton is awesome in this movie. Michael Clark Duncan. You have Peter Stormare. You have, what's his name? Owen Wilson, who kind of plays a minor role in the movie. William Fichtner, who's actually pretty awesome in this movie, and he doesn't get enough credit for some of the smaller roles that he takes on. And I'm trying to remember what else I can say about it, but it was, of course, Steve Buscemi is in it as well, and he's hilarious, and he goes crazy on the asteroid, and I love it. The ending, it's a little sad. Spoiler alert, Harry dies. He saves the world. He lets AJ go and marry his daughter, Grace. But Armageddon, fun movie, even though it's a Michael Bay film. And that comes in at number 46. And you'll hear another Michael Bay film very shortly here. Number 45, a movie that I really like. Some would consider this a chick flick and not a really well thought out movie. But I like it. What can I say? Came out in 1999, and that would be Blast from the Past. You have Brendan Fraser and his parents, played by Christopher Walken and Sissy Spacek. There's a nuclear thing that they think is going to get launched, and they go out and they hide in their fallout shelter, which Christopher Walken, the dad, is kind of nuts, and he made his own little bomb shelter and all that. Turns out a helicopter crashed on their house, and they live down in this shelter for 35 years. And then Brendan Fraser has to come up because they need supplies. He meets this girl, Eve, played by Alicia Silverstone. You have David Foley as the gay friend who's hilarious in the movie. And I really like Blast from the Past. Is it cheesy? Yes, but I enjoy it, and that's why that's my 45th favorite movie. Number 44, a movie that was really good, although it isn't 100% accurate because it's based on a real-life story, and that would be The Blind Side. It was Sandra Bullock, who takes in this kid that's kind of homeless and raises her as one of her own. Well, he's already in high school, and she raises him to play for Alabama, the football team. Or wait, no, it's not Alabama. It's Ole Miss, I think. I don't remember which one it was, but it's a fun movie. Sandra Bullock as a blonde was pretty awesome in the movie. It's just fun. I like it. The family's great, although it's not historically accurate, apparently. But she does a good job, I think, personally, with this movie. And I just enjoyed it. So The Blind Side, number 44. Number 43, I told you I had another Michael Bay movie coming up soon, and that would be Bad Boys. The movie that, in my opinion, made Will Smith a household name. And, of course, Independence Day really accelerated that. But Bad Boys is so great. One movie that has a movie that has awesome dialogue. I love it. Martin Lawrence is great. Will Smith is great. I do not like Téa Leoni that much, typically. She's okay in this, although she's annoying in the movie. You have Joe Pantoliano as the chief. He's funny. John Sally plays I can't remember his name, but he's a criminal, Fletcher, and he helps him out. And then you have, I'm trying to remember what else happens in the movie. Just a fun, good action movie. That theme, dun, 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 dun. The sequel, Bad Boys 2, that came out in 2003, not the best. But then, Bad Boys for Life, that came out at the beginning of 2020 before everything went to shit, that was fucking awesome. Maybe not as good as Bad Boys, but definitely close to it. But the dialogue in Bad Boys in 1995 was just awesome. I really like Bad Boys. And if you haven't seen Bad Boys yet, check it out. It's awesome. Number 42, a movie that's actually moved way up the list. In fact, I never had ranked it previously because the furthest I had gone is my top 50 favorite movies of all time. But with the success and the story of Creed 2, I had to move Rocky 4 way up my list. So Rocky 4 is number 42. That's when Rocky is Apollo's cornerman. Apollo wants to have an exhibition match against Ivan Drago. Drago kills him. Rocky doesn't throw in the towel. Apollo dies. Well, I guess that same thing, kills. He's dead. Then Rocky goes to Russia to fight Drago. And the soundtrack of this movie is awesome. That Hearts on Fire song, Strong Desire. Great workout track, by the way. If you haven't worked out to that song before, it's freaking awesome. But really love Rocky 4. With the story behind Creed 2, that had to bump that way up my list. And it was always one of my favorite Rocky movies. Some of the stuff in the movie doesn't make sense, like the robot. And why did you really kill Apollo off? Did you really need to do that? Why don't they just erase that and have another Rocky movie that takes place right after Rocky 4, or Rocky 3, and don't pretend that Rocky... I don't know. But I like Rocky 4. It's great. And that's why that comes in at number 42. And then rounding out this list, my 41st favorite movie of all time, which this movie slipped a little bit. It's still fun. It's still enjoyable. There's just a lot of good movies that have came out over the past 10 years that have moved other things lower down the list. And that would be Enemy of the State. The last movie that I saw Gene Hackman in, although he's done a few other things, I just haven't watched them. He's getting old now, and I don't think he hasn't acted since 2005 or 6, but Will Smith plays Robert Clayton Dean. He's a lawyer. Somebody he knows put something in his bag when he's lingerie shopping for his wife. Yes, he is lingerie shopping for his wife. And that's played by Jason Lee. And then you have, of course, Gene Hackman, like I mentioned. John Voight is like this sinister criminal. You have this tech team of Jamie Kennedy, Seth Green, Jack Black, and I'm trying to remember who else is in the movie. I can't remember the wife's name. It'll come to me probably later on in another video that I'm going to record right after this. But it's a fun movie. Gene Hackman and Will Smith play great off each other. John Voight is evil as shit. And I really enjoy it. It's just fallen a little bit simply because there's other shit that's just really awesome that's fresh in my head. And if I watched Enemy of the State again, which I think I last watched it last year sometime, maybe late 19 or sometime in 2020, it might move up the list. So that concludes this list. Again, if you like any of these movies, make sure you drop a comment. Let me know what your thoughts are. If you have a list of your own, you certainly can leave that in the comment section, whether it's top 10, top 20, top 50, 100, whatever you want to do. If you have a video of your own that you've done before, share the link. I'll do my best to watch it. Assuming I don't have an overwhelming number of comments, I will watch it because I'm interested. I want to hear what other people have to say. If you're a fan of movies, make sure you smash that like button. Anybody you know that would want to see this or listen to this, share the video with them. And last but certainly not least, don't forget to hit that sub button, subscribe to the channel, join the team, show your damn support, and be a part of something special. And JDev will return.